Here we have a two-column algebraic proof, and sometimes your teacher might give you one of these before you get into some of the geometric proofs, just to kind of get you used to proving that you're doing these different steps. So we're going to start off here with our given, which is 3 times 4x minus 7 plus x equals 18. And when you have a proof like this and it's all blank, your given statement is going to go in that first line, right? The first statement, and the reason for it is going to be the given. So over here you can say that the reason I'm going to have is given, and what I'm given is this first line, which is 3 times 4x minus 7, not plus 7, minus 7 plus x equals 18, okay? Now, just like we were able to put those into the first line, we also are trying to prove that x equals 3. So this is going to go in the very last statement line down here, and I can automatically say that x equals 3, and we're going to get to the reasons why we can go from this first step down to this last step, kind of filling it in between. So let's try it. What do you think you would do first in this problem? Well, you'd probably distribute this 3 in, and when I would do that, we're not going to actually show the work here when we do this. We're actually going to write what's left, or kind of the result. And if I go 3 times 4x, this is going to be 12x. 3 times negative 7 is negative 21. All right, and then I'm going to say plus x equals 18. Now, before I can go to the next line, I have to say, how did I get there? And what is the difference between this line and this line? Well, I distributed. So this is going to be the distributive property of equality. Distributive. And some teachers let you abbreviate a little bit. I'm going to say property of equality, like that, P-O-E, distributive property. Some teachers just let you put distribute there. So depending on what your teacher has you do, you can abbreviate as necessary. All right, what would I do next? Well, I'm seeing that if I have a 12x and just a 1x, right, I can put those together. And that's together, 12x plus another x is going to be 13x. So I'm going to say this is now 13x. I still have the minus 21. I already took care of the x, but it's still going to equal 18. All right, so if that's true, how did I get this? Well, I put my x's together, and that's called combining like terms. So again, if you want to write it all out, you can, or you can just say combining like terms. I let my students do CLT for that one. Okay, then if this is the only x that's left, that means I need to move everything else away from it, or on the other side of the equal sign. So I would add 21 to the 18. And by doing that, I'm going to still have the 13x left on this side. But on the other side, what is 18 plus 21? That's going to be 39. Okay? And again, how did I do that? If I were to kind of show the work in between here, I'll write it in here so you can see that. But I added 21. 2 plus 21, and I added 21. So the reason for this is going to be addition. I actually added to get there. So this is the addition. And again, you can say addition, property of equality. Since you went across the equal sign, that is what's going on here. Property of equality. It's still equal. So you can say addition, property of equality. All right, and then lastly, how can I get from this step to what I need for the fifth line, which is that x equals 3? Well, I would divide both sides by 13. Because this is being multiplied by x, I can divide both by 13. And so the reason I get x equals 3 is the division property of equality. Division property of equality, just like that. So when we're given a proof, you have some different places you can fill those in right away. And then, depending on how you can move things around in your equal sign, you're going to say what some of these different reasons are until you get your final answer like this in this algebraic proof. All right, hopefully this helped you out. If it did, until next time, keep doing your math homework fast and accurately.